So, unless you've been sleeping underneath a rock, Bayern Munich are your Champions League winners 2020. Yeah, they've just looked unstoppable. Like, I think right now, even as a Liverpool fan who supports easily 100% top 3 best clubs in the world right now, I think you have to give that number 1 spot to Bayern. Even though the way they won the Champions League was only through one-legged ties and stuff, and you can say it weren't proper, at the end of the day, when you look at scores like this, like, does it really matter? Like, does it really fucking matter how many legs there was? It looks like they were going to win the whole thing anyway, regardless. Yeah, Bayern Munich are just a dynamite of a team right now. They've just got world-class players all over that 11, which leads me to ask the question. I would love to know 2 of the best teams in the world right now. I'm not saying they're the top 2, but I'm saying 2 of the best teams in the world right now is Liverpool's FC's Champions League winning squad, league winning squad, Wales winning squad, and then you've got Bayern Munich who've just won their league. They've just won the Champions League themselves. I'm very interested to see, with these 2 teams, that the 2 most recent teams to win the Champions League, what would be the best combined 11 between the 2. Now, I know already before you click off, I'm a Liverpool fan, therefore I'm going to have a bit more of a biased look on things. I understand that that's the perception that you're going to have. This is how I am doing it. So these are the players that I would like to see in the game, literally like as we speak right now. So we're not doing all time. We're not doing like, oh no, but what about on their day? Like, I am going with who I will put in there in the team tomorrow, while both teams are so world class right now. But without further ado, let's get into the Liverpool and Bayern Munich combined 11. So I'm going to be going with a 4-3-3-ish formation, and to start off in goal, I'm going to go with man like Alisson. Now, we're already off to a fucking biased start, aren't we? Now, just hear me out a minute. Just hear me out. Let me just explain a couple of points before you start thinking this was simply chosen upon a biased point of view. Let me just clarify. Overall, if we're looking at a perspective of a whole career, Neuer is head and shoulders above not only Alisson, but many goalkeepers in the world of all time. He is class. And if we're going off whole career, it's going to be very hard to even compare this squad at all, because Liverpool, as we know, is a very new young squad. But if we're going off pure numbers and performances over the last 2 seasons, now I know Alisson's missed a lot this season, but look at the amount of clean sheets he's still able to get. Look at the fact that he's the number 1 choice for the Brazilian national side over Ederson, and get as many injuries as he has, and still keep as many clean sheets as he does, and save Liverpool. You know, the amount of games that without Alisson, Liverpool don't win that Champions League at all. And I suppose you could say the same about Bayern and their final against PSG. But I do think just recently, if I had a game tomorrow, I would go with Alisson in goal. Now we move into the centre-back. So before I get into the full-backs or anything, I just want to get the centre-backs out the way. So my centre-back partnership is going to be Lucas Hernandez and Virgil van Dijk. Now, the reason why I've gone with this partnership is because I don't think anyone can look past Van Dijk. I think you could be the most biased Manchester United fan in the world watching this video and could still agree Van Dijk deserves to be in this team, and any other with that fact. But I don't think you can look past players like Lucas Hernandez. He's a phenomenal defender, quick, also a left-footed player, so I'm thinking tactically when it comes to this. I'm thinking maybe him on the left with his left foot, Van Dijk on the right, of course. Just 2 belter centre-backs. I think that would be a great partnership. But I just think right now on current form, I think that centre-back partnership would be the best one to go with. Now we move into the full-back. So far we've got 2 Liverpool players, 1 Bayern Munich player. Right back. It's going to be a bit of a surprising one. In fact, I feel like I'm actually going to disappoint my fellow Liverpool fans with this one. I'm going to be going with Kimmich. Let me explain. Trent Alexander-Arnold, in my opinion, in fact, if you watch one of my more recent videos, my LFC award show, I gave him the most improved player of the season, and I stand by that, and I think he's world class. And I am not saying this based on, you know, I think Kimmich is overall a better player. I'm not saying like I think like would I have Kimmich over Trent Alexander-Arnold in the Liverpool squad? Absolutely not. But based on how I've done this combined 11, which is if I have a Champions League final tomorrow, who am I playing? I'm probably going to edge Kimmich because they're both phenomenal when it comes to crossing in the ball and the offensive play. But I just think Kimmich is a little bit more complete when it comes to the defensive side of things. And for that reason, I would be more confident in a one-off game combining these two teams with Kimmich at right back than I would with Trent. And I don't even know if that's really a good point. That's just maybe the way I'm seeing it. Let me know in the comments down below if you have a different perspective. But that's who I'm going with as my right back. And then to complete our defence, we have got left back. Now, obviously, you've got the new young kid, Alphonso Davies, killing it, mate. He's quality, he's class. But I do still think, like Trent Alexander-Arnold, there's still a few holes in his game. And if you're going to go off a game tomorrow, that's why I'm going to go with Robertson. Just think he's the more complete, left back. And for the same reasons I put Kimmich above Trent Alexander-Arnold is the reasons why I'm putting Robertson above Alphonso Davies. More complete, can still do the great things going forward, but also can still do the very much necessary things needed at the back. Now with the defence out the way, we move into the midfield. Now obviously, as I said, I'm going with the 4-3-3 formation. I'm going to go with like a holding centre defensive mid and then two more, offensive midfielders. So my defensive midfielder, I'm going with Fabinho. I think he's class. I watch him week in, week out. I see the job that he does. I also know he can offer a threat when it comes to, set pieces. Not only in corners and stuff like that. A 40-yard free kick, mate, get Fabinho on it. A penalty, you need a penalty taker. Fabinho can be at least a man, put his name in the hat of him. Let me know if there's anyone that you will put in this position, but I'm going with Fabinho. And then me two central midfielders just sitting above Fabinho. First off, left centre mid, Felipe Coutinho. Now I know I'm kind of cheating because he's on loan at Bayern Munich and stuff like that, but technically still a Bayern Munich player. I'm going off the Champions League winning squad off Bayern Munich and the Champions League winning squad off Liverpool, and Coutinho was a part of that Champions League winning squad. By the way, fair play Coutinho, you left the team, didn't win the Champions League with us, missed it out on Barcelona, we knocked you out the Champions League, and then you go to Bayern Munich, knock Barcelona out the Champions League, and then win the Champions League with Bayern Munich. Barcelona was just better off not buying you, Coutinho, I think it's safe to say. But yeah, I will go with Coutinho. I just think he's quality. I have obviously had that time of watching him week in, week out. He's just amazing. How he played against Barcelona was sensational. He's one of the standout man on the day. And I actually do think he's one of, Bayern Munich's better midfielders. And especially offensively, in terms of the creativeness that he offers to the team. That's why I put him in this team. And then the last midfielder, and I know you're going to disagree with it, but I am going with Jordan Henderson. Now, for the neutral fans and stuff like that, that might not make too much sense, considering I'm leaving players out like Thiago, possibly a future Liverpool player, players like Goretzka. But I'm going with Henderson because he is the true definition of a captain. And if my team's in shit on a one-off game basis, I want a fucking leader to step up. And I have saw Henderson step up time and time and time again. And he has been in every single type of situation and wore the armband in them type of situations. Hence why I want a captain and a leader who knows what to do when it comes to overcoming adversity, and Jordan Henderson knows just that. Hence why I'm going to have him completing my midfield, and not only that, he is going to be wearing the armband for this team. And then finally we move into the front three. This is going to be very interesting. We start off on the right wing. Listen, mate, both teams have phenomenal attacks. That's just one thing we might as well get out the way. I'm not going to say which one's better. I think if anyone had to edge it, maybe Bayern Munich based on the amount of goals that they score with that front three. But off the right wing basis, I am going to go with Mohamed Salah. Obviously it's him and Gnabry up for that spot. Gnabry has been amazing since joining Bayern Munich. I think has surprised everyone since leaving Arsenal. But Mohamed Salah's Mohamed Salah. He's the best player for our team. And if you're going to, offensively, and if you're going to leave the best player for our team who are an offensive threat, then it's going to be hard fitting any more Liverpool players into the squad. He is a world-class player. He's shown that since he's joined Liverpool. And that's why he's the first attacker in my front three. Now we move on to the left-hand side. Now, obviously, I could go with the scorer, in the Champions League final, Coman. And fair play to him, by the way, scoring against PSG. Great header. Good ball in from Kimmich as well. But I do think I would have to go with Mane on this one. Again, like I said, if I was choosing this squad for a more, long period of time, say if I wanted this to be my team for the next few years, then I would look more into players like Gnabry and Coman. But because this is a squad that I'm choosing based on how I would want this team to play tomorrow, I'd have to go with Mane. He's more experienced. I do think he's the more threatening player in front of goal. That is just my opinion. Obviously, stats might say otherwise, and your opinions might say otherwise, and that's absolutely fine. I do think that would be an absolutely deadly, combination on the wings, Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane. To set up the number 9, that is going to be Robert Lewandowski. I could have chose Firmino, but you cannot miss on the absolute guaranteed goals most of the time that Lewandowski is going to get you. Firmino, people say, someone came into me live streams like, who's the best number 9 in the world? I said Lewandowski. They were a fellow Liverpool fan. They were upset about that. They were upset about that because they said Bobby Firmino. Now, Bobby Firmino, in my opinion, is just different to all the rest of the number 9s in terms of the way he plays. So it's hard to compare him in a sense. The only thing is he wears the number 9 shirt, but he doesn't play that role too much. But Lewandowski is a out and out, easily currently best world's number 9. I don't even know if that makes sense. But Lewandowski is quality, mate. He's shown that in every game. And if he doesn't score, he's going to come close to scoring and he's going to make your team go oof once or twice. Do you know what I mean? That's how good Lewandowski is. And that's why he's going to be my number 9 in this team. Because if I need a goal in the 90th minute, I would be expecting to be hoofing the balls into the box to Lewandowski to get on the end of them. Absolutely. So that's my combined 11 of the Bayern Munich Champions League winning team and the Liverpool Champions League winning team, the two last teams to win the European Cup. Obviously, fair play to Bayern Munich for winning the Champions League this year. Commiserations to PSG, to players like Neymar, Mbappe, who had a great chance to make history with PSG not winning that trophy for a long time. But let me know in the comments down below, do you agree with the majority of this combined 11? I've tried to be as unbiased as possible. Let me look at the final scores. So 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7 Liverpool players, which means there'll be 4 Bayern Munich players. Now, of course, I'm a Liverpool fan, so there might be a little bit of bias towards some of them picks. But I've been as fair as possible, and I actually haven't chose players like Lewandowski and stuff out of trying to be fair. I've genuinely chose them players because I think they would be better, for the circumstances that I've set for making this squad. But anyway, thank you for watching, news. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Love yous all, and I'll see you later. Ta-ra.